Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your preview to Sheffield United versus Chelsea, kicking off tomorrow. Kick-off time at 7:15 PM UK time, so make sure you are aware of that one. It's a weird time, but we are on then. I will be doing a watch along for that one, so keep your eyes peeled. So if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded, and hopefully the watch along is another good one. Since I started doing those watch-alongs, we've had quite a few defeats, and now it looks like the tide is turning. You know, even the watch-alongs are starting to become a lot more positive. So hopefully we keep going on that trend. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let's look into the game. Before I do, we got to mention Arsenal. Arsenal, what's going on, lads? Lads, what's going on at Arsenal? You know, back-to-back defeats now. We thought Arteta fixed the situation. You know what's going on? I mean, Agent William obviously coming on and doing what he does best, which is, you know, not beat the first man with any cross he tries to make into the box. But, you know. Oh, man, John Terry giving it the fist pump and all that. I mean, Arsenal at the moment, look, if I'm giving an honest, non-biased opinion, Arteta just isn't up for it as far as I'm concerned. I just don't think waiting for something to happen under Arteta is your way forward. Gooners, talking to you guys. After beating us, Charity FC, you know, as we come, it happens all the time, you know, these teams, they come and face Chelsea, we give them 3 points. Arsenal were no different. We gave you guys 3 points voluntarily on a plate, on a silver platter with a knife and fork, even a spoon, you know, starter, main course, dessert, the whole shebang. And it looks like that repair that we gave to Arsenal has now run out. And we are not available for any more repairs. So don't contact us to give you 3 points because it's not going to happen. But giving Arteta time, you know, when you look at Chelsea and the way we were going, there was a big comparison between Frank Lampard, Arteta, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is in a slightly different situation considering he's got backroom staff that are experienced and know what to do, and he's got something to fall back on. Plus, he's not a new manager. We keep forgetting this. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't just rock up yesterday into management. He's been a manager for good over 10 years. So we forget that. You know, that's why I think he has something to fall back on, even though it's not something substantial considering his history as a manager, but it's something. Arteta, new on the block, despite 3 years under Guardiola or so, if I'm not mistaken, 3 years, as an apprentice, as his assistant, which is something, but it's not management. And the way that we managed to call it quits with Frank Lampard and try and save our season is the direction I think Arsenal need to go in, because right now it's just not looking good. It's just not looking good at all. And I don't know where it's going. I don't know if Arsenal fans even know where it's going. I don't think even the club know where it's going in terms of the direction under Arteta and where it can take you guys. It's not looking good. They are in quite a situation now. They can fall back into 12th, and then depending on the games after that, they could even go lower. So Arsenal Football Club, it's a bit deep at the moment. But hey, in terms of Chelsea, it's all on the up. It's all looking good. We've just beaten Tottenham Hotspur at Spurs, and a 1-0 away win, which is exactly what we wanted. Very dominant performance, despite the last 15 minutes of that game where it looked like Tottenham were going all out, throw the kitchen sink because they've got nothing to lose. But in terms of that game, it gave us a massive confidence boost, and it has put us back in contention for top 4. That was the key. We had to win that game for us to propel ourselves back into the race. Now we are back into the race, you know. Fingers crossed it works out, but we've got Sheffield United, and I don't want to take this game lightly. Yes, they are last. Yes, they are going to get relegated. I think there's no two ways about that now. Sheffield United, there's no way they're making it out of the bottom 3. It's just, and I don't think them, West Brom or Fulham are going to make it out the bottom 3. The gap between Fulham and 17th is 8 points already, you know, and you've got West Brom below Fulham and you've got Sheffield United below West Brom. So I just don't think past halfway through the season now any of those 3 are going to survive. So I think we're looking at the 3 teams going down, Sheffield United definitely being one of them. And to be fair, this is why I'm saying we can't take them lightly. Since they beat Man United at Old Trafford, they've actually been okay. Yes, they lost to Manchester City, narrow 1-0 win though, only a narrow 1-0, and it was at the Etihad. And then immediately after that, they beat West Brom 2-1. Yes, West Brom are down there with them, but for Sheffield United, it's a win. And it's something to bounce on. And right now, Chelsea, when you play Chelsea, being a low team, there is a chance that Chelsea could just fold and give you 3 points, because you can't forget this season, at times, we have been proper charity FC. You know, full-on charity FC. It's been quite hilarious, really. And this fixture is no different. So we can't write off Sheffield United completely. But in terms of our form and the way that we've been playing and our development and Thomas Tuchel's footprint on this team, it's starting to look like it's gelling. And it's starting to look like we're making that progress. And this is the progress I'm talking about. We're nowhere near the finished product yet. You can't forget that. We are nowhere near being at where we can be. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. But we're getting better, and we're getting better, and we're getting better. That's what we want to see. We can't ask for too much now. That would be stupid. That would be ridiculous, because Tuchel's only just walked into the job. But we are on the upper trajectory, and that is what I want to see. That is what I want to see. You know, right now it's looking good for Chelsea. It's looking good for the players. It's looking good for the gaffer, and it's a very nice, feel-good, positive vibe, including in training. If you had watched Chelsea's latest video on their YouTube channel, Chelsea Unseen, you'd see the lads in training with Tuchel, putting them through their paces, putting them into drills to improve their finishing. There was a lot of finishing drills in that training session, so go and check that out. I'll leave a card here. You can go and check it out if you do want to after this. But in terms of the starting 11, who are we going to go with? Because, you know, this is a game where we should be winning this. We should be looking at this game and going, yeah, we got this. You know, it should be comfortable. No disrespect to Sheffield United, but it should be comfortable. We can't take it too lightly, because I'm not taking Sheffield United as a bunch of mugs. They're not. They are capable. They're having a really, really bizarre season, considering last season they've done so well. And this season they've just plummeted into the depths of hell. And they've become the worst performing team in the history of English top flight football. Not even just the Premier League. Since English football began, no team in the top flight has performed as badly as Sheffield United this season. So that's crazy. And this is why I'm looking at this going, it should be 3 points. Just like the Burnley game, it should be 3 points, realistically. However, let's not disrespect them, but let's not show them too much respect either. We've got to keep that fine balance. And in terms of the team that we need to go out with against Sheffield United, this is a game where I think we can afford to put a strong lineup out, because after this, we've got to play Barnsley in the FA Cup, and then after that, we've got to play Newcastle. So the FA Cup fixture, where we might be able to rest a few lads, could help us in us putting a strong team out for this one against Sheffield United. So let's jump into the starting 11 and what I would go with. So I'd go over 4-2-3-1. We have to recognise that Thiago Silva is out. So in terms of putting that into context, I have brought the guy here to fill in. We're going with Edouard Mendy in goal. No two ways about that. He's always in goal. The back three, I would stick with a 3-4-2-1 formation like we did against Spurs. We seem to click with that formation. We seem to be solid defensively, and that is key. And we seem to be threatening up front, even though our front men are not scoring many goals. But we seem to be getting the chances and getting the ball into those dangerous areas. So right now, it's got a very nice balance, and it's a formation where we look comfortable. So that's why I'd stick with it. I'd go over back three of Azpilicueta, Zuma to fill in as the middleman, and Rudiger on the left-hand side of the back three. Zuma, for me, needs to come in now because he is fit. He's at 100%. He trained, full training, and there's no worries in terms of any injury. Obviously, Thiago Silva is out. Christensen filled in and done well. Fair play to him, but I feel more secure with Zuma on the pitch. I mean, we got to give a clean slate. And Christensen done well against Tottenham. He didn't set a foot wrong. So I'm not saying anything in regards to that. That's cool with me. But if you take Zuma and Christensen and tell me pick one, I'm picking Zuma. Because I think we're just more secure with him. And the fact he's just come back from a little knock, him playing in the middle of the back three with Azpilicueta and Rudiger on either side, I think would protect him even more. And I think it's good stability for a tank to just be there and not let anything through. So Zuma, Azpilicueta and Rudiger. The midfielders in front in the pivot for me needs to remain the same, because these two are just, they got something going on. We got Valentine's Day coming up, yeah? And right now there's a little romance or a little bromance between Jorginho and Mateo Kovacic. We have to acknowledge that. Those two right now look absolutely incredible. We got to continue. Why try and fix something that's not broken? And right now, it's not even broken. It's polished. It's looking polished. And the fact that I think Sheffield United are going to sit back, let's be real, they're not going to come all guns blazing at us and put us on the back foot. They're not going to do that. I think that will help Jorginho and Kovacic with a bit more space and a little bit more time for them to do what they do best on the ball. So a little chemistry going on between those two. for me, they got to play. Jorginho, Kovacic, they've been sublime, especially Kovacic, as I've said against Spurs. He was absolutely instrumental and he was shattered by the end of it. But I think him alongside Jorginho again will be fantastic. Now, as the wing backs, I will stick with Marcos Alonso as our wing back. I've always said this. If we are playing in a back four and we have a left back, Ben Chilwell's coming in. If we're playing in a back three and we've got a wing back, Marcos Alonso starting. That's just the way that I see it, personally. You can let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Feel free. But for me, Marcos Alonso on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I would put Hudson-Odoi back there. I really would, because his game against Burnley and his game against Wolves, where he was in that position, he looked fantastic. Now, he played in a little bit more of an offensive position as one of the 10s against Tottenham Hotspur. And yes, he played well, but I feel on that right-hand side, despite a good performance from Reece James, we don't really need to rely on a Reece James to come back and defend as much against Sheffield United, like we did against Tottenham, where we thought Tottenham would pose a threat. In the end, they really didn't, except for the last 10-15 minutes. But still, for me, Hudson-Odoi going back onto that right wing-back role would be beneficial, so then it frees up a space up front to bring in a certain man that I think could be the killer for a goal up front. I will get to it when I get to it. Anyway, Hudson-Odoi as the right wing back. Now, the two 10s in front of Jorginho and Kovacic, for me, Mason Mount on the right of that, I think will be good. He played really well against Tottenham, and again, maybe just his final product, maybe his shot on goal needed to improve, just like everyone else up top. But I think he is doing really, really well. I think his game's going to another level. I think he contributes so well. He is the glue sometimes between getting the ball from Jorginho and Kovacic to our front men, and I think he's just doing really well overall. So for me, Mason Mount needs to start as one of the 10s. Now, alongside him, and this is why I'm putting Hudson-Odoi as right wing back where I know he can play, I would bring Pulisic in to start this one. Let's start with Pulisic, because when he came on against Spurs, yes, he looked fantastic. Don't get it twisted. He looked fantastic, but he came off from the bench. I want to see Pulisic starting the game under Thomas Tuchel. That is what I want to see, and I think against Sheffield United, who respectfully are last in the league, and I think gives us a little bit of leeway to try something out like that, would be beneficial. So Pulisic alongside Mason Mount, and I think Pulisic's directness might help us in getting a goal. And I would put a little bet on Pulisic to score against Sheffield United. I'm not a betting man, but if I had to, I would pick Pulisic as probably the first goal scorer for Chelsea against Sheffield United if I had to choose one. So for me, Pulisic alongside Mason Mount, and up front, I would stick with Timo Werner, because for me, as I've said, he's done nothing wrong. He is playing really well. He looked really good in training, fair play, and it's really nice to see all the lads encouraging him. That was really cute. But honestly, this is a game where you'd expect a Timo Werner, for example, to have freedom to go out there and go, yo, you know what? Just focus on getting the ball into the net. You don't need to think too much, because it's Sheffield United. You don't need to, blow your brains out of having the perfect game. No, you can relax a little bit. You can just think about scoring, and hopefully tomorrow he gets on the score sheet. Fingers crossed, but that would be my starting 11. Now, in terms of a score prediction, I am going with a bit of a comfortable one this time. I am going with Sheffield United 0, Chelsea 3. Yes, not a battering, but a comfortable win, and I'm expecting that. So we'll see what goes down. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button to be notified once I've uploaded, and let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know your thoughts, if you agree with my starting 11, if you disagree, if there's anyone you'd bring in, anyone you'd leave out, let me know. I haven't forgotten about Havertz. I haven't forgotten about Ziyech. You got to remember that. We have a lot of depth, and we have players that can come in, but I do think we're going to see quite a bit of rotation in the cup game against Barnsley. So this is why I'm just thinking, keep what we've got, keep it going, because it's working, and then against Barnsley we can give more opportunities. So that's why I'm coming with the lineup that I've given you. Again, if you agree, disagree, let me know. I'd love to hear it, and I will see all of you tomorrow for the watch along. Yes, make sure you're joining me there. Sheffield United versus Chelsea, 7:15 p.m. kickoff UK time. I will see all of you then, and then immediately after that I will give you guys my match review as I always do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care, and peace.